Hello, welcome. Oh my God, we have almost 125 people in the room. Hello, welcome everyone. I just want to ask you who wants to really live a life like you saw in the video right now, like living your life, working with wellness, helping people to feel better, have a work that you have purpose, and you know that you really can impact people's life. So that is the Soma Breath vibe. And in this event, we want you to show you how this is, and maybe why not? You can become an instructor because we need people like you in the world helping people to, have a very good mental life. And my name is Claudia. I'm from Chile. I am master transformational coach in Soma Breath. I've been with Soma Breath since 2019. And it completely changed my life, I can tell you. And I will tell you some of my story in Sunday that you are going to be with me talking about business and one of my favorite topics. So today is the beginning of this amazing blueprint. We have the founder of this amazing movement. I don't like to say that it's a technique because I feel that it's a movement, it's a lifestyle, is when we really feel part of a community. And I can say that is my friend. I love him so much. I've been with him in so many parts of the world doing trainings. And every time that I meet him, I learn more. So today is about him telling you and explaining to you what Summer Breath is actually. But first, I want to know about you guys. Where you come from? Where are you tuning in? Let me know in the chat. Where are you coming from? What part of the world you are here? Um, I'm from Chile, South America. So we have Spain, London, New York, Mexico. Woo! Hola, Florida, California, Georgia, Atlanta, Munich. Oh my God, Netherlands, Canada, Poland, Argentina. Oh my God, hola too. Devon, South Wales, London's. Oh my God, yes. Woo! South Africa, North Carolina. Oh my God, Australia. Oh, that is like very late in your day, right? Romania, Costa Rica. Wow, I would love to go to Costa Rica once. Colorado, Malta. Well, we have people all over the world. Niraj, this is amazing. And I want to also ask you if you can tell me in the chat who are really willing to change their life, who are willing really to, who has the commitment to really do something that have purpose, even if you are scared or you feel fear about it. Who really wants to truly commit to change the way that you're living today? I'm up for it. Me, I, good. I, yes, 100%. Me. Woo, okay, great. So say no more. Super happy that have you all here. Hello, people in YouTube. Please come in the Zoom link that you have there. And let's welcome with a huge applause to the founder of Summer Breath, Niraj, please. Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good stuff. All right. Wow. So great to be here, and it's great to see so many people here from all different parts of the world. Also see some Soma Breath instructors here on the call too, like that I know, like Barry. He's on every single call. Um, and a lot of new faces as well, which is great. So let's get straight into this. So as Claudia mentioned, yeah, this is a whole event about everything that you need to know about becoming a breathwork instructor. Look, it doesn't matter if you do Soma Breath or any other training, okay, this is all going to be relevant for you. It's even any kind of coaching or any kind of practice where you are helping people improve people's lives. This whole event's going to be useful for you. You're going to learn something new here, especially in this session that we're going to do now, on exactly what it takes to do well in this world, right? Because it's not easy. Let me be clear here. It's not the easiest thing because it's not like selling, in a grocery store like apples and oranges. We're actually changing people's lives. There's a lot of responsibility that goes into what we do. In fact, I would say it's like being a doctor or a pharmacist or somebody who's in a medical profession. The way we impact people's lives, it's really transformational. And if you are ready to really to do that, then it also means you need to have gone through your own transformation as well. And the cool thing with these practices that we share in SOMA Breath is that they really do transform people. And you, as you go through any of our trainings, or I'm sure if you go through any courses, there's loads of great courses out there, and you actually do the techniques, you're going to get a result from it. If you actually do it, if you follow it, you're going to get an amazing result, and it's going to make an impact. Now, the difference between those who really succeed, right, okay, and those who don't succeed, okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey, it comes down to a few things, right? First one is your identity, right? Your core identity, right? Whether you really believe in yourself to have the identity of somebody who can stand up and lead people through a powerful change, a powerful transformation, and make a big impact. And with this comes sets of values that you will uphold, right? But also you will have certain beliefs about yourself that may not serve you anymore, right? Which you need to unlock. And when you can uncover your own blocks, right, then usually it's the inner game that we need to work on first if you want to become successful. And this is what I really discovered myself. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my journey to see if I can help you kind of have a little bit of a shift in a direction of actually taking action. Because the key word in law of attraction is action, right? And what prevents people from doing the work that it takes is these little blocks I'm talking about, okay? These little whispers in our what I call somatic intelligence that tells us that, you know, we're not worthy, we're not good enough, and all those excuses. There's so many of them. We'll go through some of them through this, so you'll learn from my own journey as well. And the cool thing is that breath work, I really believe, is the most effective tool at clearing these blocks. All right, that's what I've been getting feedback from like we've trained thousands of instructors now, and so many of them report that when they go through the training, they clear out some of their own shit, you know, like pardon my language. And yeah, and people go through a lot of process. And not only that, because the way our style of breath work works is it works on both the hardware, your physical body, and the software. And the hardware is your energy, your vitality, your mojo. And a lot of people that don't have their health, you know, up to the standard that they deserve. And therefore, you don't have the drive, the energy, the will, the power to take action. And a lot of this is the reasons why people don't succeed in what they do, right? So the cool thing again with breath work is that it also helps with that, right? Our techniques is very much based on helping you with your hardware and the operating system. It really takes you from a PC that is filled with thought viruses and you know, it's just running like an old outdated operating system versus a Mac, a brand shiny, spanking new Mac that, you know, you can drop it on the floor and it doesn't break, right? And when you do a SOMA Breath training, you go from PC to Mac, right? And when you go Mac, you don't go back. That's basically our promise with SOMA Breath. And I hope this doesn't offend any of you PC lovers out there. Okay, so, but first, let me just check in with you guys. Like, I just want to actually find out some answers to some questions and make sure that you are actually in the right place here at the right time. Okay, there's a reason why you're here. You've all jumped on this for a specific reason, right? Now, I want to give me a yes or no answer to these questions, right? Do you deeply, profoundly want to transform lives effortlessly? Yes. Yep. Okay, streamer yes is coming through. Okay. And do you also want to magically, consistently manifest your ideal reality? Yes. All right. And you want to rapidly and exponentially boost your earning potential. Yeah, of course. All right. But think about this, how doing any kind of course like this or embarking on any career like this can actually affect your own life as well, your own well-being. So do you want to profoundly, joyfully experience limitless personal growth at the same time? Human beings want to grow. We want to move forward. We want to keep expanding, right? I don't know if you've been in a career which just gets so stagnant. You're doing the same work over and over again. That's what I used to do back as a pharmacist, and I wasn't growing, and that made me super depressed, right? So of course, loads of yeses there. And do you want to magically, abundantly create a life of freedom? Yes, break free. Now, here's the cool thing about uh, working as a SOMA Breath instructor. You can do it from anywhere. As long as you're plugged into a laptop, I mean, to the internet with your laptop, you can change people, you can transform people, right? And you can do it from anywhere in the world, right? Like I used to live in Koh Phangan, then I live, which is in Thailand, and now I live in Ibiza. Claudia comes and meets me in Colombia, and we do retreats in Colombia, and we're jet setting all around the world all the time, like living this laptop lifestyle. I'm a bit grounded now because I got a baby. I've gone down the whole that family route, so not as much of a glamorous lifestyle. But just last year, I went to something like 15 different cities, right? Doing different sessions, classes, events, festivals, and so on. So even though I'm in one place, I'm going around the world doing amazing stuff. Like it just blows my mind, the experiences I've been having myself. Yeah, and do you want to powerfully, lovingly inspire others whilst transforming yourself? Yep. All right. So it seems like most of you are in the right place. I did see one no somewhere. So whoever wrote no, well, I don't know how you could say no to all those things. Anyway, so let's talk about that then. Let's talk about that, actually transforming your own life. Okay. Let's talk about my own journey first and how I did and got to this point where I'm delivering Soma Breath now to the world. We've trained over, 3,500 instructors. It started like this. So back in the day, I was a kid with hopes and dreams, and I actually really wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to play on stages around the world. And I kept hearing this voice in my head from my mum saying, "No, beta, you study, become pharmacist." And I didn't listen to her and I carried on. And I actually ended up running one of the biggest raves in the UK back in 1999 for 3 years. Every month we had 2,000 people every month at this huge club, and it was amazing. It was like the time of my life. This is where I got a taste of being on stage and making music and performing, right? Then I lost it all and ended up becoming a pharmacist, right? I went through a crazy hedonistic lifestyle, got all the wounds and, suffered the consequences, lost everything, ended up falling back on the pharmacy degree. And then again, I got my mum's voice in my head saying, "Beta, I told you so, told you, good job you become pharmacist." So now I'm doing that for 7 years, hating my life. But this is where I got an insight, because it was the worst things that have happened to me, but also the best. But the insight was this, okay? I found that there's a major flaw in their healthcare system, like serious flaw. And I realized that, people will come in for a pill 1 week and they'll go away with shopping bags full of drugs the week later, right? Or, a few months later, they'll be on consecutive amounts of pills. And I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. People are getting worse, not better. I rarely saw people really dramatically transform. And I just felt wrong. I didn't feel like I was doing the right thing. So on the side, I kept trying to find different ways to start a new business and so on. And I tried a lot to get into the music business, but I kept getting blocks. I kept getting stuck. I'd make some breaks. I'd get like a major record deal, and they just wanted me to finish a certain track, but I could never finish it. and I kept getting distracted and doing other things. So in the end, I never got anywhere, right? And in the end, I did some stupid things, right, which weren't aligned with who I am, and ended up getting into loads of debts, running a big event in London, which failed, and now I'm in debt to a family friend, and so on and so forth. So that's when I got taken to a event by Tony Robbins, right, by my friend, kicking and screaming, because I didn't want to go to some guru thing. I was like, what's that all about? But it was the best thing that happened to me. That's the first time I heard anyone talk about prevention, right? How to prevent um, disease. In fact, he was the first one who mentioned breathing techniques to me. That's the first time I heard about that. But also diet, nutrition, and food. So I was like, look, I've got a pharmacy full of sick patients, right? I'm going to put Tony Robbins to test. So I came up with a system to get people off shopping lists that started to, using shopping lists that started to really work. Like people would basically change their diets based on food that I'd recommend. So I'd take them from eating factory foods most of the day to no factory foods, right? Just doing that, from a factory diet to a no factory diet, which means just eating healthy food, normal, real food that comes, on trees and in the roots, right? That changed people's lives. I was like, wow, that was pretty quick. That was easy. And then what happened was I got promoted to head office of one of the biggest supermarket chains in the UK, and I got promoted to do this big project, this healthy shopping list service. 6 months into it, that thing got shelved, and now I am at the same time hit with an autoimmune disease called ulcerative colitis, and I've just given up all hope for humanity, for myself, and I was just saying I hate my life every day, right? Thankfully, these days I say I love my life rather than I hate my life, and I'm gonna tell you about how that switched in a moment, right? As cheesy as it sounds, right? Yeah, I really do feel like I love my life, right? So what happened was I started to spiral down, and I was given two choices: either have my colon removed or be a guinea pig for a drug that hasn't been tested before. And thankfully, right, I have, I was like, this is devastating. I don't want to do any of those things. And I knew the impact that drugs can do. So the fight this one day, it's like a judgment day, right? They talk about judgment day. This was my judgment day. And God stands for gift of desperation, right? And usually God comes to you in those most desperate moments. And this amazing lady, a yoga teacher from the UK, who's amazing lady called Swami Ambakananda, said to me, look, you got a gift here. If you can turn this around with your tenacity to want to help people, your drive, your motivation, you would have an amazing story to inspire other people. So I can't promise anything, but here's some techniques I can share with you from yoga, and maybe they'll work. The first thing she taught me was simple breathing techniques, right? It's quite similar to, if you've heard of Wim Hof, like the Wim Hof method and other simple slow breathing techniques. And I got such a relief from this, right? That I was like blown away. I was like, teach me everything you know. So I went down a rabbit hole and started to study everything. And what I realized was that rhythmic breathing is a foundation of yogic breathing, right? And breathing in various rhythms can change your state and how you feel very quickly, right? And you can get into these altered states of consciousness using music, which you can time the breath to like expand that feeling, expand that state. So I started to delve into how to reprogram the unconscious mind, because I started to study a lot about mantras and yogic, like tantric techniques of basically deprogramming yourself, undoing yourself, and reprogramming yourself, and so on and so forth. I went really deep into hypnotherapy and subconscious programming, and I devised my own system of rhythmic breathing with these very like esoteric, little known pranayama techniques that my Swami taught me, right? And then combined with music that takes you into these altered brainwave states with hypnotic programming, which I've now perfected into a technique I call neurosomatic programming, which I think is the most state of art method for transformation that exists today, right? And I say this boldly and proudly. I really do believe it is. We just did a retreat in Ibiza with 22 new instructors, amazing people. And they were the first to test out my new refined version of neurosomatic program. In fact, Barry has experienced it. There's a few people, Claudia experienced it. Quite a few of our instructors have experienced the new updated, like supercharged version of neurosomatic programming. Okay. And the results are incredible, incredible results. So basically what I realized was, like, look, what I used to know, like, in order to learn all of those things and to study as much as I did, like, it would take people months, years of hard study. I read thousands of, pages of books. Listened to hundreds of podcasts. I just delved deep into so many different areas, and then put it all down into this system, okay? That makes it easier, right? And what I wanted to do was, like, impart my knowledge to duplicate myself. So it saves people the time to have to go and do and figure it all out themselves, right? To get a proven model, because along the way, like, through my own transformation, doing this, right, along with changing my diet and studying Ayurveda and learning how to create the perfect lifestyle program for myself, but now to others as well, I ended up creating this transformational coaching course, which goes beyond breathwork, all right? Because I wanted to create more renegade pharmacists like me, right? The pharmacists who want to deliver medicine to people, but not the pills that we pop in a pharmacy. I call them renegade pharmacists because that's really what they're like, to make a really big impact into this problem we have in the world today. Think of the problems going on in the world today. 1 in 5 people in America on antidepressants. That's crazy. 80% of those people on antidepressants have addiction problems. They're alcoholics or drug addicts. It's a serious problem, right? And like something like 60% of people in the US are on medications. I mean, you have advertising on TV, so it's not a surprise, right? So we're a pill popping generation. We're just all taking pills non-stop, right? The world is obsessed with substances, okay? And some of them get you high, some of them get you very low, or they give you high for a bit and then get you extremely low. And people are taking pills because they want to feel better, right? They want to feel better. But there's so many side effects of that. But ultimately, right, we all want to get high. We want to get high vibe, right? If you are high vibe throughout the day, you are going to be better at making decisions. You have more energy. You're going to be more fun to be around. And if you're naturally high, happy, and healthy, you are going to be somebody that inspires others, right? And when you're miserable, that's usually when you end up making others miserable around you. That's what I was, right? Really miserable. So my mission is to make people as naturally high, happy, and healthy as possible. And I really believe I've done it with this incredible system, which doesn't involve having to pop a single pill, which is epic, right? Now, I'm not saying it's a replacement for pills, okay? Like, no, there are some drugs that work like miracles, right? But we shouldn't all be on them all the time, right? Like, there's a time and place for medication. And I really love, the first code of ethic, right? Doctors, the Hippocratic Oath is first do no harm, right? And I've just been involved in making a documentary with my good friend, Dr. Asim Malhotra, one of the most esteemed medical doctors in the world, called First Do No Farm, right? Because what's happening right now is everyone's going for pharmaceuticals first to fix problems and suffering the consequences. And he has been fighting this battle for years behind the scenes to get these ideas out there, these renegade ideas. He is the ultimate renegade doctor, but he now promotes SOMA Breath to his clients. How cool is that? So, worlds are coming together right now. It's a very exciting time to be alive. Like, someone like RFK is now the head of health in the US. That's huge. It's going to change everything for all of us. It's going to make a huge opportunity for us, okay? It could not be a better time than right now to get involved. Seriously, like, we are at the most incredible place in history to make an impact, to make a difference, to make a change, because the opportunities are going to be coming left, right, and center. You watch. And we're working so hard behind the scenes to make this possible, to make it as easy for you to get work as possible. This is what I'm actually working on really hard behind the scenes, right? So let me talk about now the method itself a bit more in depth. Now, SOMA Breath, okay, the SOMA, okay, is a special word. It's a unique word. It comes from the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda is the world's oldest religious manuscript. And I was really inspired by this story, the legend of Soma. Now, the legend goes that back then there was a golden age, and there were these rishis that lived for forever, basically, for thousands of years. And they lived in perfect harmony with nature and everything. So as they had everything, what happens? They want to get high, right? And the world's first drug addicts, right, well, actually wanted to get higher, were actually these rishis. And they were addicted to a substance called soma, right? Until the soma starts to run out. Because the soma gives them immortality. It gives them bliss states. It gives them infinite intelligence and so many different benefits, right? It's like a pharmacy of many different things. The soma runs out and they all freak out. So they're like, we have to figure out how to create the soma from within, so we're not dependent on this external soma anymore, right? And that's the origin of tantric yoga. Okay, so I love this story because the foundation of everything doing Soma Breath is actually, it comes from tantric yoga. But tantric yoga is quite mystified. If you try and understand it from all the books that are out there, which are very old, it's not easy to understand. So I've pulled it down into a scientific understanding, because along the way, I met an amazing doctor who co-created the curriculum with me for Soma Breath, called Prakash Malsh. He's a medical doctor in the Himalayas who has a clinic where he treats patients with both conventional treatments and tantric yoga practices, now Soma Breath. So what I'm saying is that we have the method of to get people to make the soma from within, the bliss from within, right? And that means you can change how someone's feel, their mood, right? From not both their hardware, but also their operating system, right? So from how they feel from physically and mentally. So why is this important, right? Well, let's talk about this. So if you think about this, everything you do, right, is the result of a feeling. Think about it. If you woke up in the morning feeling anxious, right, and worried or angry, just think about how that would influence the rest of your day. Or if you woke up feeling enthusiastic, like I love my life, how would that impact your day, right? How would your day change? Just think about it for a moment, right? I know the worst mistakes I've made in my life is when I've been hungover, woke up after a big night out, and usually I've been drinking so much to escape the suffering of that week, and I end up with feeling like absolute crap in the morning, and I've done all sorts of stupid things when I'm hungover, all right? So, so what I've realized is that most things that people do is a result of how they feel, a feeling. Somebody says something to them, right? Or they read some comment on social media, read some headline newspaper, it changes how they feel, right? And then that affects a decision that they make, that creates a certain result, right, from taking an action in their life, right? So how we feel is so important, okay? Really is. And also the values that we have associated with those feelings will influence what decisions we make. So in order to have a better, more epic life, right, what you want to be able to do is have a tool that is fast, easy, and efficient at helping somebody change how they feel as quickly, easy, and efficiently as possible, right? That is sustainable, right? That gets people into a state I call flow Joe. Flow Joe is the combination of two words. Flow, which is the Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's version of this state that you get into where time stands still and you get, you basically get into this effortless state of action. And Mojo, which is your energy and vitality, right? Where this is all down to your hardware. So your flow is your operating system. When that's running like a fully charged Mac, you fly, that's the flow. And then your hardware, to be the most efficient, strong it can be, is your mojo, right? And then you become magnetically attractive. You just attract cool shit to you all day long. That's what happened to me. And there's a problem with this, okay? There's always a downside to everything that's good. That's the yin and yang of life. There's always a dark and light. The problem I now have is deciding which country am I going to live in. Ibiza, Colombia, Copenhagen, where am I going to go next? I'm not bragging or anything, but it gets annoying sometimes, the amount of choices you now have. Now I have to say no more than I can say yes. But I'm all about being a yes man, right? Say yes to everything. It's impossible to do everything. All the opportunities that come to me now, it's incredible, right? So I have to become even more discerning about my time. And you'll realize all this when you go through your training and do all your first few experiences as in this new world. You'll find that crazy magic starts to flow. You start to flow in all kinds of effortless directions, and you'll get loads more opportunities compared to when you're stuck in a box, right? So let me just find out then from you, because you can learn more about what we do inside our brochure and on the website in terms of the methodology. But I want to just find out like a bit more about you so I can make sure this is right for you. Like, who here, okay, is already a wellness practitioner, already doing something in the wellness field? Yeah. Okay. Who here is looking to make a career change? Put career down. Put career down if you're looking to make a career change or new career, or just career is enough. Okay, a lot of you are making career changes. Cool. And okay, upgrading skills, cool. Who here is actually really, really happy with where they're at, with what they're doing, and just wants to go next level? They're like looking to take their business to a whole new level. Like you're already crushing it and want to take it to a next level. Okay, right, next level. Leveling up. Nice. So we've got a nice combination of people. Okay. So remember, I told you everything you do is a result of a feeling. All right. All right. We either move away from what we don't want, and we move towards what we do want. Right. That's basically how life moves. Like we go from away from pain and towards pleasure. All right. So I want to ask you the question. Okay. Like if, let's say you did the SOMA Breath training, okay, and you you brought breathwork into your modality, or if you used it to make a career change, or you used it to add on to level up your business, right? Like what how would your life change as a result? What benefits would you get from this? Freedom. Nice. Epic. Cool. So fulfillment, impacts, more time, location, freedom, contributions to world peace. I love it. Okay. Freedom, gratitude, abundance, fulfillment. So let me ask you now. Okay, you can actually now make this note, write this down, because watch the magic that's going to happen by doing this exercise that we're doing right now. Okay. So you can write this down for yourself as well. The next answer to this question. Okay. So what would be the results? Let's say help more people make impacts in their life, or fulfillment, freedom. What does that actually look like? Now, write down, and you can write it down in the chat if you want, or in your own notes, okay? Like, let's get more descriptive. Like what does, give me one result of that. So for me, I wanted to live in Thailand, Koh Phangan. So the result was me working on my laptop in front of the ocean in Thailand, right? That's what I'm talking about, results. Okay, well, that's actually two layers deep. The first result of time freedom, right, and location freedom was to live in Thailand. The second result was to be on a laptop in Koh Phangan overlooking this ocean. All that manifested, by the way. So give me two results deep like that, right? So let's say you want freedom. What's that going to do for you? And then what's the result of that? Give me some ideas. Okay, great. This is cool. I love it. Now we're getting more deeper. Love this. Freedom to travel, to be with my grandchildren without restraint. That's good. People are still climb mountains. Okay, that's better, right? Living in my dream house. That's cool. Okay, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Something tangible, real, right? Okay, so next question is, why is this important? Why is this important to you if you got this result? The world needs more healers. Impact the world in a positive way. Expansion. Love this. Yeah. Now, let me ask you, how would that make you feel? Ecstatic, delighted, blissful, empowered. Ecstatics come into work, a lot of ecstatics. I love it. Okay, so do you all want to feel even more ecstatic right now? Yeah? Okay, so we're going to do a little process together. Okay, we're going to do a little, I shouldn't even do this, okay? Because I've just made a track. It's with Marv Radio. He's one of our singers, and he's an amazing MC. He's like the front man of Breathing Beats, our band. And we just got it hot off the shelf. It's not even properly mixed or mastered yet, but it's such a cool song that I just have to do it. And I want to get your feedback. It would make me feel ecstatic right now if we all breathe together to this track. Is that cool? All right. And I'm going to use this to help you manifest what you want. Okay. And give you a taste, an example of SOMA Breath, what I'm talking about. Because I can talk all day long, but unless you feel it in your bodies, it doesn't really matter, right? So I want you to feel it in your soul, actually, right? So let's do this, okay? What I'm going to do is make sure we're sharing the music. There we go. So have a think about that, okay? About what I asked you, those questions, okay? And we're going to start, okay, first with just reminding yourself of this, okay, what you just put down, okay, and stepping into the reality as though it's happening right now, okay? So bear with me a sec. I'm just about to get everything loaded up. Okay. You hear the sound? Sounding good? Yep. Okay. What about now? How's that sound?
That's better.
Better? Is
Yes.
that good? All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so I invite you all to... What about now? How's that?
Very good.
Is that good? Perfect?
Yes.
Okay, so I invite you all now. Close your eyes, sit comfortably in an upright position. Your back straight. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to the sound. Bring your awareness to the sound of my voice that shall be your guide on this journey. Journey into turning your desires into reality. I'm just going to show you the instructions on how to do this technique quickly before we get straight into this. So just follow along with these instructions. When you breathe in, you're going to breathe in with the rhythm of the music. I'm going to guide that rhythm. You're going to breathe in through your nose, but imagine that your nose is down by your sphincter, your pelvic floor, and you're breathing in through your sphincter, up, in, making a circuit around your body, and then breathing out with a smooth exhale or a sigh of good feelings, a sound of good feelings on your exhale, like this. You're going to be breathing with this conscious connected breath. Is the music playing?
Yes.
Music is playing? Okay.
Yep.
People are saying no music, but I can hear it. Yes, okay, good. So you're going to breathe with this conscious connected breath. Breathing in through your nose, creating a circuit, but contracting, pulling up the pelvic floor, and then letting go on the exhale with no force, and then breathing back in as you allow your breath to fall naturally with no force, creating like a wave motion with your breath. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. Yes, creating that rhythm with your breath. We're going to be doing several minutes of this rhythmic breathing. I'm going to count the rhythm. We're going to start slow and then we're going to pick up the pace. You're going to be breathing in time with the music as I count the rhythm for you. And then after a few rounds of rhythmic breathing, you're going to hold your breath. Okay, I'm going to give you the instructions on how to hold your breath. So when I tell you, you're going to breathe in through your nose, breathe out fully, hold your breath after full exhalation, and just hold your breath and allow your muscles to relax and let your chin go to your chest. And you're going to hold your breath until you get a big urge to breathe. And then when you cannot hold your breath any longer, you can take a sip in, breathe back out, and hold it again a few times until I give you the command to take a deep breath in. Again, you breathe in through the sphincter, contracting up the pelvic floor as you breathe in. Send the energy up and you hold your breath on the inhale. This is your moment of great inspiration. Inspiration meaning to inhale, inspire. You hold your breath in, and then you exhale with a hum. Hum. And then we do a couple of rounds of humming, and then we go into the next round. So, it's very simple, very easy to do, okay? And we're going to just go through a few contraindications first. If you've just had a heart attack, if you have epilepsy, if you are pregnant, if you're on your menstrual cycle, I think the menstruation is not such a problem. It's just up to you if you use the pelvic floor or not. Then refrain from doing this technique. Do it in your own caution, right? And otherwise, if you've got a pair of lungs and a beating heart and you can breathe, you can do this. It's only going to be it's not going to be a very intense session, short one, just to give you a taste of what I'm talking about. Okay? So, now just bring your awareness with your eyes closed to the sound. And now I invite you to imagine there's a movie in your mind right now. And on that movie, you're going to see the results of all the things you're going to be able to do once you have done this training to become a breathwork instructor. That's right. Imagine you're the greatest director of your life right now, of this movie. So make this movie as vivid, epic, and interesting as you want. Turn up the lights, the sounds, colors. Make it brighter, more vivid. See what you'd see, feel what you'd feel, hear what you'd hear. You're living and breathing this moment right now. Whatever that may be for you. Yes. See it bright. Now notice that some good feelings start to come into your body right now as you tune into exactly what it is that you want. Yes. Now, what would happen if you just doubled that feeling? Go on, double it right now. Turn up the dial on it right now. Yes. Feels good, right? Give yourself permission to feel really good right now. Yes, do it. Now, as you start to feel those tingly sensations in your body, those good vibrations, those good feelings, you may even feel some shivers and goosebumps coming over you as you step into this new reality as though it's happening right now. Point to exactly where you feel those feelings in your body. Get familiar with where you feel bliss, positive vibrations. Tune into it right now. Touch it with your finger. That's right. Now, if you can feel it, you can reveal it. If you can reveal it, you can amplify it. Turn up the dial on those sensations. So, if there was a color associated with that feeling, first thing that comes to your mind, What is that color? Now imagine with every breath you take, in and out, you are breathing in that color to every cell of your being. That's right. And as we breathe in a rhythm, you're breathing in that light that represents those good feelings into every atom of your being. That's right. So in a moment now, we're going to begin to breathe in a rhythm. Breathe in beats. Yes. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, out. Breathing in, out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Faster, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Now take a deep breath in and breathe all the air out. Hold your breath after full exhalation. That's right, keep holding your breath. And when you can't hold your breath any longer, take a sip in, breathe back out and keep holding, going deeper. And then, when you cannot hold your breath any longer, take that deep breath all the way in, send the energy up and up and up like a spiral of light, up and up into the midbrain, send it up. Illuminating you to this higher power. Now breathe out. Yes. And now, let's go deeper. 3, 2, 1. Exhale and breathe in, out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Yes, make that bliss pump, breathing in through the sphincter and letting go on the exhale. Yes, breathe it in and let go. Yes, breathing in, letting go. That's right. Now faster. And now breathe in. Send the energy up.
And you've come so far.
And breathe all the air out.
Be where you are.
Hold your breath after full exhalation.
Such a work of art. When I'm with you, it's a celebration. You always have my appreciation. Your body, mind, your conversation. Your spirit flies and it's so amazing. You get me high. So touch the sky. You help me
Yes. And now when you get that big urge to breathe, take the energy, breathe that in. Send the energy up and up and up. Send it up. Hold it in. Witness the light.
Yes, you are.
And release with a tone. Yes. Now, let's go. Full power. Now, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Yes, keep breathing, keep connecting. Charge it up, breathe it in. Yes, wake it up. You are amazing. Miracles of life. Yes. Keep breathing, keep connecting. Keep breathing until your breath takes a life of its own. That's right. Get lost in the breath. Become one with the flow. Getting higher and higher and higher. That's right. Yes, supercharge. Keep going. And now breathe in. Send the energy up. And breathe all the air out. Hold your breath after full exhalation and go deep within your own mind. It's where the answers you shall find. Imagine right now as you press pause on life for a moment. The thought files are now reassembling in alignment with your vision. You are now being tuned into a new reality, opening a new reality tunnel. Meaning that you will now take the right action at the right time. Say yes to the right thing and no to the wrong thing. The wrong thing for what you want, but the right thing that takes you effortlessly, easily to your destination efficiently. When you start to feel that warm, tingly feeling inside, and you can't hold your breath any longer, I invite you to take a sip in, breathe back out, go a little bit deeper, go slightly beyond the comfort zone, just slightly beyond the comfort zone. This is where growth happens. As you override that fear of holding your breath, this rubs over in other areas of your life, making you unstoppable. Yes. And then, when you cannot hold your breath any longer, after 3, 2, 1, take that deep breath all the way in, send the energy up and up and up like a spiral of electric light up into the mid-range, illuminating you with this higher power. And hold this in, witness that light, become the transmitter, the positive light to the universe. Creating a signal, a command to the universe to give you everything you need, the resources, the tools, the knowledge, the wisdom, the guidance to reach your goals in the most easy, efficient, fast, effective way possible. And then when you cannot hold your breath any longer, let go with a hum. Again. Again. And then coming back to normal breathing. I invite you to just reflect on this experience and what has come up during this experience for you. Any new ideas, insights, visions? Tune into them right now. Perhaps some divine downloads came to you in this moment of ecstasy. And ask yourself deeply down inside to your soul, do you magically, abundantly want to create a life of freedom effortlessly? Do you really want to have deeply authentic, meaningful connections? Do you truly want to passionately and successfully make an impact globally? Do you truly want to consistently, vibrantly embody high vibe states of bliss daily? So imagine you're going to achieve all of these things by helping others to joyfully, creatively inspire peak moments of bliss in their lives. And notice how that makes you feel, knowing that that's what you're going to be doing. Energetically, consistently creating high vibe spaces around the world. Imagine that's what you're going to be doing. Step into that right now. Notice how that makes you feel. As you hear that dream inside getting stronger, bigger, bolder. And notice how it makes you feel when you think about how this is going to impact the lives of others around you when you transform yourself and go down this new career path or enhancing your current practice with these skills to deeply, profoundly transform lives effortlessly. Imagine that impact it's going to have in the world and the ripple effect it will have as those people who are impacted by you go on and impact others around you. Notice how that makes you feel right now. That's right. So as we come towards the end of this experience today, I want you to now write down any things that have come up in this experience. Sometimes icky feelings, stuck feelings can come up. Blocks, doubts, fears. Write them down. Sometimes deep insights, moments of great inspiration, new ideas, visions can come. I want you to write them down too. I want to write down whatever came up in this experience after this and really think about this deeply, because it comes from a place of truth, a higher place, a higher vibe. So, coming back into the present moment slowly, gradually, after 3, coming back into the present moment, 2, becoming more and more present, more and more aware, 1, opening your eyes and becoming completely, fully alert and present, knowing that you're going to leave this experience today with a new sense of positive energy connected to the light of a higher power. Trust in its guidance. That's right. All right. So, coming back. Now, what you just got was a taste of what we do. So if you enjoyed that, let me know right now if some stuff came up for you, or if you enjoyed that. First ask me what you thought of that experience. Brilliant. Amazing, great power, grabbing the light and putting in my heart. Wow. Awesome. Clear thoughts and visions of the future. Amazing. But let me ask you another question. On a scale of 0 to 10, right? Let's think about what you are now in terms of your vibe from before and after. So tell me where you went from before you came on the call to after. 10 is the highest, most ecstatic state. 0 is nothing. Is depression, apathy. Nice. We definitely raised the vibe. We did. Cool. And this was just a few minutes. Imagine a whole hour experience of this, right? It's next level. Now let me ask you something else. This is a very important question. Sometimes when you do manifesting rituals like this, blocks come up. Stuck feelings, icky feelings, right? So this is the most important thing from this practice, is to understand what they are, right? These are your dominant thoughts, the little whispers, right, that stop you from taking action and doing what it is that you need to do to get successful. So I want you to have a think about that. So anyone have blocks, doubts come up, fears? I mean, you're human, so it's normal. Yes, the little gremlins. I'm not thinking big enough. There you go. That's an interesting one. Yes, my ex came up. Very interesting. I had fears. Yes. So this is what you need to clear to be successful. This is what you need to clear. So it's all good doing manifesting rituals, but unless you clear the blocks that come up, the fears and doubts, you don't get successful. So in SOMA Breath, what we teach you in the transformational coaching course is how to lead people through powerful transformations like this in group classes or one-on-one, right? So let's say you get a group of 30 people come to your class, right? When you do a sharing circle, quite often the doubts, fears come up. This we got to ask in the sharing circle. It's a little tip. Don't just try and get positive feedback. Actually find out the people's doubts, fears, things that come up, the issues, right? Blocks, resistance to change. And then when you spot that in the circle, you can actually then invite people to go deeper and have you as their coach, their transformational coach. Because so what you do is you do a breathwork session like this, help people understand their blocks and what they really want, okay? And then you do more powerful one-on-one stuff or group classes as well. You can also do as a group. You can run retreats where you invite people, and this is where you can charge a bit more. This is where you can actually pay, you can actually earn more money by being a full-on coach, where you coach people through the blocks. So what we teach you in SOMA Breath is how to upgrade the hardware, the physical body, and the mental operating system, okay? To install better programs, the thought programs, using this process of neurosomatic programming. We teach you all of it. It's fully holistic. It's a very holistic course. So you're learning everything. You don't need to go and do tons of other certifications. In fact, this is a big problem that I see, is that people go and study 15 different certifications at the same time and never get anywhere. They never finish any of them. This SOMA Breath is designed that you don't need anything else. This is it. This is where it stops, right? You do this training, and then you can do your own research, but as a modality, this is all you need, because it's based on thousands of years of ancient wisdom, right? I've already figured this all out. It is combining the most powerful hypnotic programming techniques that I've learned from people like Marissa Peer, who are the best, hypnotherapists in the world, to, hardcore breathing techniques and stuff like what Wim Hof does. Wim Hof's a dear friend of mine. I produced the music to his method. And then we have all the music. Who loved the music, by the way? Who liked that track? Yeah. It's amazing, right? The song's called Amazing, by the way. Nice. I think it's a potential hit. So, so you get loads of music like this. Proper journeys, all laid out, templates with rhythms already embedded in with the breath pace, so you don't have to count. You don't have to do any breathing sounds. It's all done for you. You just press play, lead a class. It's the most simple, stupid system you could ever do. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, right? That's what we have to try and do these days in the modern world. There's so many distractions. Make things as easy as possible. And that's what we're doing with SOMA Breath, is make it as simple as possible. I say it's the most advanced transformational techniques out there, because in order for something to be advanced, it's got to be faster, easier, and more effective. And it ticks all those boxes, all right? Because in just minutes, you can make someone feel amazing. In just a few minutes a day of breathing practice, right? We're not talking hours. You can actually make somebody's cardiovascular system improve, their physical health, right? And just a few minutes a day of a guided session like this can change someone's state dramatically, right? Now, if you do longer, deeper sessions, you can have even more life transformations. And you can transform someone's life in one session, as we have seen in the retreat that I just did. And that's what SOMA Breath's geared up for. It's a pharmacy of different techniques. It's incredible, right? I'm really proud of it. And it's not just me who's come up with all of this stuff. We have a community of some of the top instructors, transformational experts already, within our community, who've lent, information and training to support all of you guys and make this the best training there is. Okay, it's an amazing community environment you're stepping into as well. I think some of the blocks some of you might resonate with this. I had this, was a sense of belonging, like feeling like you're part of people who understand what you're talking about. And sometimes you can feel alone and a bit alien when you've got all these doubters around you who don't want you to change, right? Who can resonate with that? Who's been stuck in an environment where you're surrounded by people who just don't want you to change? They think you're stupid, your ideas are crazy. Yeah. So, of course, right? So that's the cool thing about SOMA Breath is that we have an amazing community. We have a huge WhatsApp group with so many instructors in there, like almost 1,000 instructors, and you can get answers in real time. You have friends all over the world. You know, we have the SOMIs like meetups going on all over the world. We have ones in London, the US, in Germany, and Spain, and everywhere. It's crazy. It's the amount of people popping up doing meetup groups and interacting and connecting. It's beyond what I thought was possible. And that's the cool thing with this is, you know, you can dream big, but when you tap into the flojo, expect positive surprises, more magic to happen. And if life throws its crap at you, as it will, right, you will have tools that will help you take in that emotion, that feeling, feel it, really feel it, not just deny it, but that it exists, but feel it, but turn it into a power, to your power to do something better, right? So that's what SOMA Breath is all about, is taking energies, feelings, because everything you do is a result of feeling, and assigning better values to those feelings, and then using that process to take you into a much better future, all right? And makes you naturally happy and healthy, so the world becomes a better place too. So, amazing. I think I've talked a lot. Now, I'd love to share with you this discount that we've got running on the training if you're interested, right? So if we could share that, please, into the chat group. Also, go to the SOMA Breath website. You'll see the information there. But do this right now. Like, check the chat right now, okay? And let me just ask you, actually, like, who is actually interested now after doing all this of becoming a SOMA Breath instructor? Let's put a yes down in the comments. Amazing. Yes. Who is actually ready to step up right now and do it? Just get involved right now. Yeah. Quite a few already in the training. Nice. So there is a whole Black Friday sale going on right now. So definitely take advantage of that right now. And also, we have amazing, if you have, someone says cost is an issue, we have amazing payment plans. We can work this out to be affordable for you, right? If cost is an issue. Obviously, if you just pay up front in full, it's going to be a bit cheaper, but we have really affordable payment plans that doesn't work out that much more. All right. Nice. Okay. So all of the, you just need to book a call to take advantage of this. Okay. So another question is, who's on the fence a little bit? Who's like just still kind of contemplating? Money is the problem. Okay, money is the problem. As I said, that, yes, usually the money is the problem, right? It's a block. Money is always a block. Because the payment plans we have, right? I bet you spend more on that every month than what the payment plan costs, which is around $200 a month, right? On useless crap. I'm telling you, I used to spend, I probably still do it. I definitely still do. Spend silly money every month on things I don't really need, right? I guarantee it. Like this is what I had to get really efficient with when I had no job. So I started this with no job, no income, right? With a shitting blood 40 times a day. That's how my journey began. So I had to make this all work. This was like 12 years ago when I was in 2011, right? And that gets you really efficient very quickly. When you've got no money, no job, and no life, you can't go out because you're shitting blood, right? You get really efficient with your time. So this is, if you really desire to do this, and I know you all do, and you can actually tell from your responses, you really want to do this. If your desire to do what you want is greater than the useless, the pleasure you get from the useless stuff. As I remember, I said everything you do is a result of a feeling. So every month you might spend $200 on silly things. You might be able to save that, right? On silly things that you might waste your money on, or things that are useful but maybe not as useful as doing this training and changing your life and building a business, right? So you can figure this out for yourself. And if you assign a new meaning, so I'm talking about core values, right? So for that little bit of pleasure that you might get, that short-term gratification, you can let some of that go, like movies, cinema, Netflix. Yeah, I mean, the list goes on. There's probably tons of things you subscribe to that starts to add up, meals out, dinners out, so on, right? If you just add that up, okay, and you assign a new meaning and say that the pleasure of actually doing this work far outweighs, right, the gain that you're going to get, all those benefits you're going to get, freedom, time, location, freedom, the little short-term pleasure that you get from going to see a movie, right? If you work this out, you know, if you change those values and change the meaning associated to that feeling, then you'll start doing the things that you need to succeed, whether it's with our course or someone else's or anything in your life. Because if you want to change and make a better life, you've got to make that decision on what do you want? Do you want short-term gratification, or do you want long-term life where you're saying, I love my life every day? You know, what would you rather have? I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life. Oh, I love my life because I went to see a movie. I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life. Or I love my life consistently most of the time. I mean, there's some days you have a shit day. Like when the baby's screaming at 3 a.m., right? Doesn't let you sleep, stuff like that. But otherwise, you know, most of the time I'm really grateful. Gratitude is my foundation of my life, right? It really is. I'm so grateful for what I've been gifted to have from the higher power that came down to me in my most desperate time. All right. So I'm not going to keep ranting. I can keep going on if you want. I'm very persuasive sometimes when I get into my thing because I'm so passionate. I love what I do and I really believe in our product and I've seen the changes. And if you just go to our website, you'll see the testimonials, insane testimonials. And you're going to hear in this rest of the event case studies of our instructors who are crushing it. We have loads of interviews on our YouTube channel of instructors crushing it all around the world, building thriving businesses. If you need proof of success, just go to our YouTube channel, you'll find all testimonials. Go to our website, loads of testimonials and so on, right? You know, there's just, if you want to see the results of the technique, also go to our YouTube channel and you'll see all the lives we've changed. I've got a course with Mind Valley where so many thousands, I think like 50,000 people have done the course, and it's insane the results we get. People curing themselves of diseases, like building new businesses, finding new loved ones, and so on. It's crazy stuff. Like, you know, we had this doctor. This was my favorite testimonial so far. Is this doctor came. I love doctor transformations, right? They're the best. Where she was about to have surgery on her arm. She'd been in a car crash, and she also had serious IBD, like colitis, like me. And she was about to have an operation, right? And what happens? She does SOMA Breath. She founds the Quest. She's about to go in for the treatment, this injection, anti-inflammatory injection. And she has a 90-second breath hold time. When you get to 90 seconds breath hold time, that's when the magic happens with SOMA Breath. You create that stem cell release and you get the cascade of all the beneficial hormones and everything that happens when you hold your breath for that long. We train you on how to do this, okay? Then she was suddenly able to use her arm again, avoided the injection, and over time she fixed all of her gut issues, right? And now she prescribes SOMA Breath to all of her doctor patients. Haley, one of my favorite testimonials. All right, so anyway, loads of proof out there if you want. Has anyone got any questions? We're going to be, we've gone way over time, but has anyone got any questions? Anyone want to ask anything?
Niraj, there's a lot of people asking about the price. And so I just want to say, people, just go to the discovery call because you will depend. We have amazing sales department people that are going to try to figure out what is the best level for you, what is going to work for you. So I cannot say, you know, one number. It will depend on what are you looking for, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, the courses start at level 1 at um, around just over $1,000, right, for level one. That's all you need to get
Yeah.
going. Okay. Within 30 days of doing level one, you can be a fully fledged instructor. All right, going out there doing
Yes.
classes.
In 1 month, you
But
can start working with clients very
yeah,
fast.
but if you do transformational coaching, which is the full thing, you get all the levels, right? Which is a bit more. It works out on a payment plan around 200 a month, okay, for a few months. I think it's like 12 months or so. You will uh, get the entire training, okay? So it's a bit more. I think it's about 300. It works out like around just over $5,000 for the full training. But as I said, I don't want to give you loads of prices because we will the discovery call will actually determine whether this course is right for you for the first place. Okay, we're not just selling it to everybody, by the way. You kind of have to go through an application process on the discovery call because we've had people who've joined this training who they're not matching our core values, and so we have this process where you need to get on the call, and also they can work out a payment plan that suits you if you need to. All right. Plus you get the discount. So with the discount, it's really you get it's like $1,000 off the training, right?
It's a
Or
crazy
more.
discount. You have to use it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The 20% off in the certification.
So I've given you the
Yeah.
ballpark figures, and there's 3 levels. So each level has a different price. But I will tell you, it's cheaper than majority of the breathwork certifications out there for what it is. There's nothing out there that has this much value in it that I've seen, I don't think. Right? You can go and get like something off Udemy maybe for $300, but good luck with that, right? This is a full-on community lifestyle that you're getting into. It's a whole new way of life, right? So yeah,
Yes, and
yeah. If you have,
there's people. Yeah, there's people asking about the rhythm and why we do that. But let me tell you that we have another session in 30 minutes with Kyle, and he is going to be guiding us through a whole breathwork session. So I think that he's the one who's going to be explaining why we do rhythm, why the rhythm is so important. He's also a DJ, an amazing DJ, and an amazing master instructor as well. So if you join in 30 minutes for that session, you will have all those answers about the technique itself.
yeah. And obviously, no, somebody asked, was just today free? No, this whole weekend is free of charge. You're going to get loads of value from this weekend. I hope you got some value today. Let me know if you learned some new stuff today. Yeah. This is a great question. Does this course help you master the breathwork tools and techniques even more than what's offered free on the SOMA website and app, even if you choose not to teach? It goes really deep. If you want to learn therapeutic transformation, it goes really deep into that. That's something you can't really learn for free anywhere. It's like a very deep course. So there's definitely way more content in the training than what we teach for free, but there is actually a lot of stuff for free as well. You can learn the foundations, but to be certified, you need to come and get that stamp of approval from us. That takes a lot of manpower. We invest a lot of money in hiring master instructors and everything to do the training. You have weekly calls, training calls. We have several live calls. I'm in a couple of them every month, teaching you more advanced training. We have retreats, we have workshops, we have hangouts, we have so much ongoing training to make sure you succeed. Because here's the thing, like usually if you're just left to your own devices, right, I think about 5% of people get results, get success. But when you have a mentor holding your hand, that goes 70% or greater, right? Because when you're just given a course, I mean, it's like getting a TV and then having an instruction manual. Who reads the instruction manual? No one usually does. And and sometimes you get into problems doing that. So like, I don't ever, if I just get a free thing off the internet, I rarely actually complete it because I don't have anyone hold me accountable. And that accountability makes a big difference. Usually you're only really like driven enough when you've got a disease, you've got no money, and you need to pay the bills. Usually otherwise you're not driven enough. So when you're too comfortable, you don't do what it takes. But it also helps. I wish I had a mentor earlier in my life. I didn't. In that time I had my Swami. She's my mentor. So if she hadn't taught me that, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. I wouldn't be here today. So that was my mentor. So you get like a Swami Amikananda, right, as well as a bunch of other gurus in the SOMA Breath community hand-holding you, and a lot of friends as well. A lot of new relationships come from this experience. Yeah. So yes, with level 1 you get certified and you're able to teach classes, and then there's different grades. So level 1 is the basic version of the course, where you're doing sessions similar to what I just did there, right? Shorter sessions, 1 hour energized breath meditation routines. It's like our signature class. But to go into the very deep therapeutic breathwork techniques, which are all about emotional release, trauma release, working really specifically on pain points and issues, clearing blocks and all that stuff, you need to go through deeper levels, 2 and 3. And if you, as I said, if you want to get people off the yoga mat in a group class into advanced one-on-one training where you can charge thousands of dollars rather than hundreds, then you need to do the full training. That's where you're going to be able to charge a lot more, because you're a coach now rather than just a breath instructor, right? Because if you're just a breath instructor, you're kind of, you're in a sea of a lot of yoga instructors and other instructors. But when you've got coaching skills, you go into a different level of able to charge more and to stand out, right? You have a more unique set of skills. And these transformational skills I'm teaching you right now are so powerful, right? These come from my mastermind group of some of the best transformational masters in the world, right? From tantric yogis to NLP gurus and Marissa Peer, who's RTT, right? So I've learned really amazing stuff, but I believe that putting together in this sequence is what makes the magic. Bring the breath into it. That's why I call it neurosomatic programming, because you're using your body to do the change, the transformation. Yep. Okay, approximately how long does it take for an individual to develop the breath holding skills? I've tried a number of your meditation, find it very difficult to hold a breath so long as you do. Okay, so so our first training that you do is the Breathworks Challenge. This teaches you how to increasingly increase your breath hold time. Then we have the Breath Fit course as well. So what you do is you get these proven protocols. I call them protocols, where you can take your clients through, right? You learn the technique step by step, or you can just use my videos that I've already made to coach your clients, right? And you become their accountability partner. But you do it yourself first. As you're going through the training, you go through these courses, and this will give yourself your own transformation. You will go from 20-second breath hold times to 1 minute breath hold times, right? Some people do it in days, okay? Really fast. People's breath hold time increases dramatically, right? When you do it the right way. That's why you need an accountability partner. That's why you need a mentor. That's why you need a coach, a guru. I don't know using the word guru, but it makes sense for this. Yep. Anyone else? Anyone want to actually speak live? Will I be able to have clients here in Bangladesh? Yeah, of course. 100%. You just have to create the market for it. There's ways to do that. You need to create the demand. The best way is to just do free classes. Invite people in, find a yoga studio, offer free classes, and then people will come to you. And start spreading the word for you. Okay, so Kunal wants to share. I'll unmute you.
Yeah, Niraj, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for the session. It was, it obviously led to an experience that I haven't really had much before. But, with that said, I wanted to ask you, I mean, how does this program, if you will, and when I say the program, I'm talking about the whole transformational aspect of the program as well. How does this really help you to get to, or help the clients rather, get to the core traumas or the programming that they've held in the subconscious for a long, long time? Stuff that's part of their core identity, if you will.
How does it
Having
help?
gone through, and I'm not specifically talking about this specific breathing session, but I've done other breath work in the past, and it almost feels like it's momentary, in the sense like you feel great for a day, maybe even for a week, but somewhere, somehow, you always kind of fall back into your old programming, and that core identity that exists within you is still very much running the show, if you will. So how do you really get to that core level? I mean, stuff that may have happened when you were 2 years old, for example, and you don't even
Yes.
consciously remember that. Like, how do you get to that deep level?
That's all about the guidance. Okay, so this is the process I'm talking about, neurosomatic programming. And the way we do it is through bringing the body into a transformation. And this process of using a mind movie to create a vision, turning that vision into a feeling that has a meaning, giving that a color, because color is a visual, energetic representation, a symbol of the feeling that you can actually use to amplify that feeling. And then we use this process of breathing. And then there's a deeper work. This is the programming that I've created a protocol which takes you through the different programs that installed into you from a young age, from the moment you're born to when you start interacting with your family, friends, your father, then your language that you learn, the school, the religion, to then your sexual experiences that you've had, and your relationships and encounters socially. And all of this creates a sense of self and identity and ego. I show you how to unravel all of that, to understand it, bring awareness to it. Okay. Once you have awareness, okay, then the next step is to release the stuff that you don't want and install the things you do want. There's a process to it. You can't just do one magic breathwork session and expect miracles. There's a step-by-step
Hmm.
process, a technique to it. This is what I'm talking about. I've learned such powerful transformational stuff from people who are the masters of this, but I think I've advanced it with what we're doing here with neurosomatic programming. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
along the same lines, if you really want to get into the transformational aspect beyond just breath work, right? Is that designed more to be done working with clients one-on-one, or can you do that more from a platform or in groups? Knowing that obviously, everybody's core trauma, if you will, is a little bit different. But is there a way to facilitate this training or coaching more in a
Yeah.
group-based setting as opposed to doing one-on-one?
100%. Because ultimately, right, you don't want to be the guru. This is the
Mm-hmm.
point of SOMA Breath. There is no guru in SOMA Breath. You actually are making the participant or your client the guru themselves, their own guru. Okay, you're a teacher. Okay, you're teaching them,
Mm-hmm.
you're an instructor, but they're doing the work themselves. The way I do the guidance, you see, I don't need to know anything about someone's story. I don't need to know anything about their trauma, anything that they've ever experienced. The way I do the guidance is you're doing the magic yourself, right? You're doing the transformation yourself through your own visions and ideas and feelings that come up. And that's the process. That's the magic of neurosomatic programming, is that they are doing the work to themselves. So that makes it very scalable. It means you can do it with a big group because the same script, I give you a bunch of scripts, loads of scripts, and ways to use even AI now to generate your own scripts based on this proven template that I've created where you can customize it based on your situation, right? I show you how to do it in the course. And what that means is that you can now do this a transformation with 10,000 people if you want on stage, right? That's what I'm going to start doing next year is big stage transformations without needing to know anyone's story at all. And people do the work themselves and they all lead to the same results, all right?
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for answering, Niraj. Appreciate it.
Yeah, because the old way was talking hours and hours about someone's problems and never
Mm-hmm.
really getting anywhere. That's the old paradigm. The new paradigm is people do the work themselves. The magic comes from within. And that makes it so much more scalable because you don't need to know anyone's story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. I mean, one-on-one it just takes too long to scale. It's too much
it's
work
too
and too
hard.
long to scale.
But we show you how to make that ascension. So where you can have big group practices where people pay you a small amount and then you earn more doing smaller groups and one-on-one stuff. Like I charge quite a large amount for one-on-one coaching. I only take on clients for minimum $20,000 to $30,000 a year mentorship, right? I only do work with CEOs and impact entrepreneurs, right? And artists, like DJs, people like that, I'm passionate about that whole scene. So, I like to work with people I like. So that
Hmm.
there I charge much higher because to them that money is nothing really. It's worth the investment. Okay, but on a lower end, like I give away a lot for free. I do a lot of stuff for free to get people who pay me that much money, where I only need a few clients to earn a decent income. Do you know what I mean? And also I do group, like we have the 21 days, which is our framework, our flagship course, 21-day protocol. It's now run by my instructors. I don't even do that anymore, but I do take sometimes like small groups through that. So I do retreats in epic locations, like amazing locations. I do these retreats where, you know, people train, become instructors, or go through transformations. Like in Colombia, we just did one, Austria, up in the mountains, these long places. So that's another thing. So you can actually do retreats. In SOMA Breath, we show you how to lead incredible retreats. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you. You can create your own music if you do it the SOMA Breath way with the breath pacer embedded and stuff, because our whole process is based on rhythmic breathing, right? And the music is unique because it's all at a certain frequency and tempo that helps with the transformation, okay? And so therefore, you know, when you press play on a SOMA Breath track, you're going to get a predictable result. Now, when people start playing around with different music, it can change the experience. So we give you the parameters of how to create a track, the right way to do it with the tempos and everything. And also you want to learn how to mix, right? You want to learn how to DJ a bit. So we teach you how to be a DJ or a BDJ or a BJ for sure. We teach you all of this, like how to go out there and actually DJ using tools on the internet. Amazing. All right, so we actually have to wrap up now. It's been phenomenal talking to you all because we've got another session starting now. All right. You know me, I go on a bit. So I hope this was useful, and I'll see you tomorrow, I think. And,
yes, tomorrow, 11 a.m. New York time.
Yeah. So if you
tomorrow, 11 a.m.
If you missed the links or anything or the information about the training, look out on your email. We'll send you all the information as well. And, you know, you'll see on our website the different offers. But all you need to do next is book a call. Book a discovery call. See if you're the right fit to join our community. And we'll see if, you know, we're a right fit for you as well, for your needs. That's why we encourage you to book a call. And then they can work out the right payment plan option for you, or whether it's easier for you to just pay up front. So I can't wait to see you all in the next training. Much love.
Yes, and see you all in 10 minutes for Kyle's session. Don't miss that. He's an amazing an artist, so I can wait. See you in 15 minutes. Go to the bathroom, grab a glass of water. I don't know. Just shake, and we'll see you in 30 minutes. See you soon.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Niraj.